And record. Good morning, how are we, crew? Slippery here again this morning. 1 month since I started these things. I just noticed that yesterday. How time goes so fast. Yeah, it's time to get back into the swing of things now. I've had a couple of months off. Well, not off, but just doing what I please. Now to get back into some structure. Yay, so we've got, we've got Hervey Bay 100. Now, I love this race. It doesn't love me, unfortunately. Doesn't love me. Does love me. Doesn't love me. Humidity and me are not friends. So usually when I race up there, it's hot. Well, not hot, but just humid. And I struggle with it. So it's one of those ones I will not let it defeat me, and I'm going to go back and have another go at it again. So time to get back into the water. Time to get back on the bike properly. Time to get running again. Well, running might have to wait a little longer. The foot's still not quite right. Don't know, I rolled it a few weeks ago, thinking I was a trail runner, and yeah, it didn't end very well. So it's still got a bit of bruising on it. Been taking a few things to try and get that back on to speed again. Walking okay with it, swimming okay with it, riding okay with it. It's just the run sort of probably going to be a little bit messy, but that's okay. We'll work on that. Swimming. Right, let's start at the beginning. How to get faster in your swim. Now, two things here: technique and speed. Well, that's what I classify them as. You've got your two types of swimmers. You've got your naturally gifted and your unnaturally gifted. Now, I'm one of the ones that seem to be able to swim quite well. Now, I'm a sub 1 hour Ironman swimmer. Not toot my own horn, I don't know where it came from. Did I put in the work? I did put in some work, but usually when you go under an hour, you have to have some type of natural gifting, and I was never a swimmer back in my day. The only thing I'll work out that Mum was actually a really good swimmer when she was younger, and she did trials and set records and stuff like that. So I'm gathering it's actually genetic, which is, thank goodness for that, yay. Now, a lot of triathletes hate swimming. I love it. I spend more time in the water than I do probably just about everything else, which is probably bad. But I try and get focused on the bike, which is my weakest leg. So I've got to spend some more time with this one. But that's cool. Anyway, so back to swimming. All right, technique. Now, I'm not a technique coach. Don't claim to be a technique coach, and I'm not going to do anything with technique because that is a very specialised part of the swim stroke. Now, you need to talk to someone who actually knows what they're talking about there. Get them to look at your stroke, get them to work out where your weakness is, and work on that. Now, that's, like I said, that's another subject, and I'm not even going to cover that one. Speed, I can help you with. Speed, like I said, that's where my slippery name comes from. Now, that is quite easy to work on. It's hard, but it's quite easy to work on. Now, once your technique is come up to speed, or you're working on your technique, you can actually start to put the speed component into it. Now, let's talk Hervey Bay swim. So Hervey Bay is 2K. All right, there are obviously smaller swims, there are longer swims. So 2K, so what I plan to do with this, and I'm going to share my swimming with you as well later on. I'll do some more video of that as well. But when I mean speed, it's speed work. Now, obviously we break down each of our swim, bike, run into usually 3 sessions a week. So we've got 3 swim sets, we've got 3 bike sessions, and we've got 3 run sessions. Okay, that's the norm. Okay, so let's work around that. Let's not upset the apple cart there. So 3 swims. Now we're going to do the same as we do with run. We're going to have a nice easy swim, fairly long. So we've got 2K to swim at Hervey Bay. So I'm going to go to probably 3, maybe 3.5 for a long swim. Now in that long swim is where you can use all your toys. Excuse me, I'm going to sniffle because it's still a bit cool here. That's where you can use your snorkel. If you want to keep an eye on your where you're actually reaching. Use your fins if you want a little bit move along a bit quicker. You can use your paddleboard. You can use your pull buoy, all that kind of stuff. All right, so that's your long swim. Right? That's quite stressful. So jump in, swim out your 3.5K, get out of the pool, go and have coffee. Happy days. The next one would be a mixture of the two. So we're going to have maybe half speed, half endurance. But the endurance is probably going to be a little bit tougher. So we're going to just push it a little harder on the back end. So we'd probably do maybe, let's say between 500 and 1,000 meters in what we track as probably speed, all right? And I'll get into that in the next bit and talk about the speed sets. And then the other, let's say 1,000 to maybe 1,500 would be a little bit over what you do in your long swim. So let's say your long swim is going to be around about 50 to 60% of your effort. You're going to probably run around about the 70 to 75% of your effort, right? That's just a little bit more. Now the other session, or the other set that we're going to do is actually a fast set. Now this is where it starts to hurt, unfortunately. Sorry guys, if you want to get fast, you got to hurt. All right, so we get in, warm up. Up to you how far you want to go on your warm up. You just make sure you want to feel like you're loose and ready to go. The muscles are ready, the blood's moving, all that kind of stuff. You know, some people do 500, some people do 1,000. You know, so it just depends on how you feel and when your body is ready to go. All right, so we've warmed up. Now, a coach of mine, and he's now passed away, absolutely fabulous man, by the name of Peter Watts. He gave me these sets to do, and this is where he came from, because he was an absolute machine. Could swim, could ride, could run. So this comes from him, and like he's passed away. He's been gone now for a couple of years. He was my old coach. So what he gave me, and I didn't like him for this because it hurt. So what we did, we broke it up into. So like again, we got 2,000 meters for Hervey Bay. So to start off, we will make it fairly easy, right? So we'll go. We'll do 500s, right? So 500, we're going to break that down to 100s. And to do this, you need to actually grab a friend, and you want to get in the pool, right, before you even start my set, or this set, or Peter's set, and you want to actually get them to time you on, so you're going to do 100 meters as fast as you possibly can, right, until you're ready to drown at the end of it, right? Get them to time you, right? Now, from this, we take about 10 seconds off, all right? So we're working with 140s, all right? Okay, just that's your 130, sorry, your fastest 100 you do is 130, right? So we come back to 140, so 1 minute 40 for 100. Now we do 5 of those, right? With 10 seconds rest. And this is gonna hurt, like I said, it'll hurt, all right? And you're gonna be dying at the end of it. Maybe dying halfway through it, but you're gonna be dying at the end of it. Now what we do, that is maximal effort, over maximal effort, right? Now, from there, each week we add 100 on, right? So week 2, 600, week 3, 700, so forth, so forth, so forth. And over that time, just that set, not the other 2, you will build your speed up. And within, I can guarantee you, in a month to 6 weeks time, you're going to be a faster swimmer overall, over a 2K swim, guaranteed. That's how I did it. That's how Pete taught me to do it, and I'll continue to go that way. And my target for an Ironman is I want to swim a 50-minute Ironman swim comfortably. Now I reckon I can do that. Now you're gonna laugh at me, but I reckon I can do that. Yes, I know it's only 10 minutes off a swim, or 5 minutes off a swim, but it's something in my head I want to do. So for you guys who are actually trying to struggle with your speed, your technique seems to be okay, but you're struggling with your speed, try that set. I'll guarantee you that it will improve your swim out of sight. It's just pushing your body to that next level where you need to be. Now this folds across to the bike and the run also, and it's exactly the same across all 3 disciplines. You know, you push yourself, you're going to improve, all right? So any warning I put there is just go careful. If you find that you get a tweak in the shoulders or something like that, stop immediately, all right? Because you've pushed yourself to just a little bit too far. And that's why the warm-up is very important. We want to get the body ready to do these because they will hurt and they can cause injury if you're not careful with what you're doing. Start off small, work up. So working up, you want to probably work up to around about, well, we work up to around about 2,000. So 2,000 meters of 100-meter sprints, all right? So by the end of it, you're ready to get out or ready to drown in the pool because they take it out of you. They really hurt. And then from there, you can actually limit your rest. If you want to go down to 5 seconds, you can really go crazy if you really want to, but they work. All right, so that's just a little tap on a little bit of speed work using some of those fast sets. Like I said, if your technique's not quite right, get that sorted, work on your speed, and I guaranteed you'll be a faster swimmer. All right, guys, cheerio. I'm going to go and do a little bit more work and get this video online for you. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.